likes me. Nobody likes me. That's okay, cause I don't like y'all anyway. Man, I don't like y'all anyway. Fuck all y'all. I let my watch talk for me, my whip talk for me, my gat talk for me. Bad, what up, homie? Even bitches who don't know me, they wanna blow me cause the shit I floss with, he saying a lot for me. I came in the rap humble, I don't give a fuck now. I serve anybody like niggas who hustle uptown. The coke price go up, capsules come down. The D's running my crib, I'm nowhere to be found. Niggas who hustle for me, they don't even stash track. They keep it on them, right there in their ass track. I don't like a nigga, I don't pretend to. I have the paramedics wrapping your fucking head like a Hindu. Look, I ain't going nowhere, so get used to me. OGs look at me and see I'm what they used to be. I'm that nigga that's so cold, the nigga that's so dope, the nigga that shot dice went broke, the so-so, the thug that pop shit, the thug that pop clips, the thug that went from 3.5 to the whole brick. Nigga ain't in his right mind going against me. My pictures painted the words I make a blind man see. Street murder, I don't believe you murder. Fuck around and leave you murder. I don't believe you murder, your life's on.
Heel Steven, Unit Gamer,
Knowledge at Wrestling,
and welcome to another exciting edition of the Team Heel Gutcheck podcast here on YouTube.com. And this week, what we're going to do is, well, for those of you who haven't seen yet, myself and Knowledge of Wrestling a couple of days ago, we talked about the State of TNA. And what we're going to do here is pretty much give you guys a part 2 of it. And this time, we're also going to hear Unit Gamer's perspective of the current situation involving in TNA. So for those of you guys who have heard recently, apparently today, guess who got released from TNA?
who
Jesse Sorensen. Yeah, for those of you guys who remember, he was an X Division wrestler and he had an injury. I believe it was during last year's or the year before Destination X. He caught like an injury in the match against Zima Ion.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That incident.
And they brought him back for like, I believe it was Slammiversary of Bound for Glory for like a little small segment. He's talking about, he's going to come back and he's going to, go at it with Zima Ion, but that never happened. But apparently today, he's been released by the company. Okay? Now, a lot of people are kind of upset with TNA based on what they have done, releasing Jesse Sorensen, based on what he had gone through, with the broken neck and rumors that he might never wrestle again and all that. But get this, you guys want to laugh about this?
Right.
Apparently, they brought him back as a producer, right? As a production assistant, right?
Yeah.
And this is why he has been released. Okay? Mind you, situation involving in TNA. Well, according here to ProWrestling.com, this is what they say. The reason why Jesse Sorensen was released from TNA Wrestling was the company felt he was being paid well above the salary that anyone else working as a production assistant would have been receiving. There's more. There's more to this. TNA is pinning his release simply as another financial cutback decision, as the company is really cutting corners as of late. TNA reportedly has been making these cuts for months now, but now they are really sticking to it. In the coming weeks, they're expected to be even more cuts, and that has people worried. Many feel cutting Sorensen was a bad PR move on the surface, but it reinforces their decision that they will be cutting anyone at any time, no matter what they have done or sacrificed for the company.
That's just a bad PR move.
And yeah, I agree with that. I mean, honestly, what they're trying to say is, in plain English, listen, we have no fucking money to pay you anymore, so we're going to cut you right here. Thank you for your contributions, and best of luck in all future endeavors.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what it is in a nutshell.
And I kind of feel bad because, you know what? Like, again, they brought him back, and remember they gave this video package of him, like, Dr. said he could have never wrestled again, and you saw how Dixie Carter was vouching for him and, supporting him and his family. Remember that?
Yeah.
And now they fucking do. Listen, again, I mean, as far as this decision-wise of cutting him, I don't agree with it. I really don't. However, I get where they're trying to come from. Yes, they're broke, they need money, and that means you know what, we gotta let go of people that people are gonna feel bad for, then so be it. But nonetheless, it's a bad PR move. It's terrible. I mean, mind you, Brooke Hogan still makes $75,000 a week and picks up a paycheck every week.
Yeah.
It's incredible. It really is. I mean, honestly, I really don't know where this is gonna go.
Honestly, I don't know how to put this. I mean, basically, they felt bad for him and gave him that job. And then when they realized, oh, we can't pay him because we're pretty much fucking broke, they decided, instead of just like, you know, we thought we were going to be able to pay you, but we're not going to be able to pay you, so we got to let you go. They're going to cut as many corners as they can, trying to save as much money, when if they really want to cut off the dead weight to keep that money, they need to cut off the people that really don't belong in that company. Brooke Hogan, Hulk Hogan, these are people that are basically just leeching off TNA, trying to milk them for all their... And TNA is blind to it. They're going to let go of people that could do the company good while keeping the people that are hurting this company. Also, TNA is hurting itself as well, where if they want to save that money, they shouldn't have went out and bought that goddamn belt. That new X Division title looks like a piece of shit.
No, but let's be honest. How much does that belt cost anyway? I mean, who is the belt company for TNA?
I think it's probably like Wildcats or just.
Okay, I know it's not Dave. I know it's not Dave Milliken. I know that already. It's not Dave Milliken.
Thanks to Kurt Angle.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Kurt.
Yeah, but no, it's probably like either Wildcat or All-Star Championship belts, or there's a lot of belt companies out there that make titles. But it does cost quite a bit of money to get it made. Like if you're gonna get a redone version of the classic Wing Eagle handmade by Reggie Parks, that'll cost you about $2,600. But if you're going to get a custom-made belt of your own design and everything, it's going to get costly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They shouldn't like spend their money on things like that. And even for the people who who aren't really going to get fired, if they still have if they're still going to be in this financial troubling situation thingy, then they're going to have to restructure their contracts. Some of them have to take pay cuts and stuff, and for the people all the way up in higher power, they're just going to eat up all the money. And sooner or later, TNA has to realize that they got to let go of these people.
Let me ask you guys a question. Do you guys see TNA as the new late ECW? As any late 2000 ECW?
No, I honestly see more TNA like the Extreme Rising that came and went.
Yeah, it was short term.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it was there for a while, and then it just died out.
Yeah.
But again, to those who are wondering, why are you guys talking shit about TNA? Listen, I speak for myself. I don't hate TNA. I don't. But I'm one of those people that will come on here and admit that there's things wrong with this company that needs to be fixed. You guys get what I'm saying with that?
Yeah.
Right. There's people that I see a lot of people on YouTube saying, "Oh, TNA sucks. Oh, TNA's this, TNA's that. Oh, fuck TNA. Screw TNA." But mind you, half of them didn't even watch TNA or never watched it.
Yeah.
They just say it to say it.
Yeah, they say it because they see guys like WJ say it, they want to be cool, so they'll say that. You know what I mean?
Want to fit in.
Yeah. And we're saying it from what we've seen in the company and what what we're hearing with all this going on, like what we were just talking about, Jesse getting fired. It's like we're saying it because we have a right to say it. We have a right to complain about what we're seeing in TNA.
Exactly. Listen, again, I mean, people can be entitled to their own opinion, but if you hate something so bad, then why talk about it? You know what I mean? I see it all the time, and for those who say, I find it funny, right? Because I was asking somebody a couple days ago on Facebook, why do they hate TNA so badly, right?
Yeah.
Their answer was, because they copy WWE storylines. Granted, okay, but doesn't WWE copy off WCW?
Yeah.
For example, alright, let's go back to this again, okay. D-Generation X, where'd that concept come from?
NWO.
Exactly. Let's see here. Let's see, the corporation and the ministry.
NWO.
NWO, black and white, red and black.
Yeah.
Mm.
Wolfpack.
Yeah, here's a good example of WWE kind of copied ECW as well, when Stone Cold gave Santa Claus a Stone Cold Stunner. Before that happened, 911 gave Santa Claus a choke slam.
Exactly.
Or also when Undertaker crucified Stone Cold Steve Austin on his symbol deal. Before that happened, Raven crucified Sandman.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What else here? What else hasn't been going on recently? Oh yeah, apparently, did you hear about this?
What?
You know how, alright, apparently, you know how we in America, we have this tendency of down-talking TNA, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, TNA this year went to the UK, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how in the UK, TNA is treated like this, like, they're treated like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Almost, to an
Yeah.
extent. Alright? And you hear from people say, TNA in the UK, TNA is the shit, TNA is awesome, I don't know why Americans don't love TNA. Apparently, there was a fan that wrote this letter to Dixie Carter on Facebook, and it finally got noticed right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is the letter, apparently it's on WrestleZone.com, and it says, okay, pretty much, as an avid UK-based reader of your website, I thought I would share with you my own experience of the TNA VIP meet and greet package earlier this year in Manchester, England, following your recent story. Now get this, okay? All in all, I paid over £110 for my second row ticket and the following fan interaction experience. And in parentheses it says, I use the term fan interaction very loosely. Okay? This is a message I sent to Dixie Carter via Facebook that I never received an acknowledgement or response to. First of all, whenever you send a letter to somebody, Facebook is not always the best solution to send a letter to someone.
No.
Yeah.
Not trusted.
Nah, hell, yeah, it'll go viral. It'll go viral. People will read it, but it's not the reaction that you want, though.
Like
The letter says, and I quote, Dear Mrs. Carter, I recently attended the TNA TV taping in Manchester, England, and paid the additional £35 to attend the meet and greet afternoon session, and I must say, I was very disappointed. What I thought was going to be a relaxed, unrushed time to meet plenty of the roster turned out to be exactly the opposite. Just eight of the roster were on hand for the meet and greet. And no disrespect to Terrence Terrell, but having the Knockouts refereed as one of the chosen eight seemed rather weak to me. 7 of the 8 were ready on time, but the session started 45 minutes late because we had to wait for Hulk Hogan. So because of TNA's failing to start in on time, we, The paying customers were rushed through the line with barely no time, all to converse with the wrestlers, and were bluntly informed by your rude security personnel that we would not take pictures with the wrestlers, just pictures of them. Although I got a picture with Hulk Hogan. This was clearly against the wishes of the security person assigned to Mr. Hogan, who quite frankly was one of the rudest people I have ever encountered. The security person, not Hulk, Mr. Hogan was exactly very accommodating, as were Samoa Joe and Joseph Park. By the way, that was in parentheses, by the way.
Yeah.
I also did not appreciate being rushed along even more to accommodate your annoying cameraman trying to film the wrestlers' comments, particularly, one, Kenny King, who after signing my program, in parentheses, that he wasn't even included in, commented that he was trying to talk to the camera but couldn't because, in parentheses, ready to get this? In parentheses,
Yeah.
this dude is in the way, referring to me. In the way, Mrs. Carter, oh, I'm sorry, is the fact that I paid £35 to attend this getting in the way of your precious interview segment that you could reshoot as many times as you wish. It should also be noted that while I expected certain wrestlers to remain in character to an extent, Austin Aries was rude. He clearly did not want to be there and made it very clear that the fans were beneath him. So what was supposed to be a meet and greet turned into nothing more than a brief opportunity to get quick autographs. That Mrs. Carter is not a meet and greet. For the first time in 2 years, I have not rebooked my event ticket for the next year, and very much doubt I will be attending. I will certainly not be attending the meet and greet, and would not recommend it to anyone else who has the expectations of getting more than a quick signature. The constant clips of the UK tour that TNA shows is on the Impact broadcast on the UK television, featuring fans talking about how much TNA cares about its fans. And mind you, TNA cares about its fans. It's in parentheses. Really do make me laugh. I hope you print the above account and cautionary tale for anyone willing to give TNA over £100 of their money. It's really not worth it.
Wow. They are a mess.
Mind, this was this year in the UK.
Yeah, now it's happening in the UK where UK fans love TNA. And
exactly.
So now it's...
But then again, here's my thing, right? If this was really a problem then, right?
Yeah.
Why send this letter now?
I don't know. And he sent it through Facebook, so it's pretty weird. They could have done it through email at least.
Or at least to like their website, whatever,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Or like
stuff.
complaints or something,
Not
or a call.
Facebook.
But again, you know, a lot of things this company needs to do to improve itself. A lot of things. And one of them being, obviously, you know what? Finding a way to accommodate your fans.
Yeah. Always making them wait and stuff. This happened anywhere else. I mean, this happened in whole other parts of the world, or in the U.S. in general.
Exactly.
Like, they have TNA fans waiting just to meet wrestlers, and they're like what, like you said, like 8 wrestlers. It's not even much.
Yeah, Terrence Terrell.
Yeah, and no, that's not good.
I'm sorry, but Terrence Terrell, at that time period, even though as a referee, I just don't see her like something worth waiting for.
Yeah,
you get what I mean, right?
Yeah. I don't have any high expectations for her at all in TNA.
Nothing wrong. Listen, she's had some good matches with Gil Kim. I'll give her that. You know, one thing I'll say to TNA's credit, they have the best women's wrestling in the world.
Yeah.
But you can't build a company on women wrestling
No.
or based off women's wrestling. You can't. Especially if it's TNA.
It's nice to have, but you can't.
Yeah, it's cool to have, but
Yeah.
you know, at least if that's the case, start having women's matches as your main event. If that's the case.
Didn't they have that one time? I think one time, but it was a long time ago.
Like 2 years ago with
Yeah.
Mickey James and Tara, aka Victoria, in a cage match where Gail Kim jumped from the top of the cage on the Tara for 1, 2, 3
Yeah.
for a splash. Yeah. I mean, the other thing, people want to complain about Chris Sabin, right?
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, like I said last time, I don't see Chris Sabin as world champion material. Okay, but let's put it like this. Let's put it this way: people complain about TNA having these old, washed-up fossils as world champions, right? Yeah, but yet they give the belt to someone new, in Chris Sabin. Granted, you know what? Chris Sabin has been there for what? We're not for 9 years now.
A long time.
Since like the company first came, I think.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's still like he's the world champion.
Yeah, it came out of nowhere, but
yeah, exactly. Still, like, you know, people were complaining about, oh, Bully Ray's the world champion. Oh, Sting's the world champion. Or Hulk Hogan's the world champion. Or Kurt Angle's the world champion. I'm just giving you an example here.
Yeah, he will be the world champion soon.
Yeah, he will be eventually. Yeah, it's Hulk Hogan's company now. You know, in Hogan's perfect world, he'd be the world champ right now. In his perfect world, Hulk Hogan still drop the leg drop, you know, drop the boot, break the shirt, and Hulk up, and people will still go crazy for that shit. They still do. They still do. Even at this day and age, they go crazy for that shit.
It's just weird seeing it in TNA.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is weird because he's not a TNA product. He's a WWE product.
It's made by WWE.
You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, again, you know, they need to really wake up from this trance, you know? I mean, it's crazy how they release all these people, like, you know, Crimson, you know, Christian York, Crimson, who else? Taylor Hendricks, Tara, Jesse Sorensen, Joey Ryan, but yeah, they still keep guys like Garrett Bischoff, Wes Briscoe, Eric Young,
Robbie
E. You know, Robbie, you know what? Yeah, Robbie has a shitty gimmick, but let's be honest, at least the passion is there with Robbie.
Oh yeah, he's a decent wrestler.
Yeah, you know, even guys such as what's his name? This guy who's a complete tomato can. Jesse Goddard.
Oh, why? I don't understand why he's in the company. Why did they even hire him?
I think they wanted star power.
What star power? I didn't even know who he was.
I think he was. Remember that TV show Big Brother?
Yeah, but come on. Seriously, TNA. And now with Rampage Jackson, I know he's gonna get paid a lot.
No. Here's the thing with Rampage, though. You have to understand, Rampage is a former UFC light heavyweight.
Yeah, I know, but
I feel like Rampage is way past his prime.
it's not really.
If this was 2005 and Rampage came in at the same time that Tito Ortiz did, then yeah, I'd let it slide. I know because Rampage at the time period was popular. Was one of the top light heavyweights in the world.
Yeah, he's not really bringing that much star power. Maybe a little bit, but...
Well, it's just something that's costing TNA more money. This is, once again, what TNA is cutting their budget for, to pay people like Jackson and the Hogans and all of them, that aren't going to do really anything for the company at all and are just costing them money to have them there.
Exactly. And start bringing people that can make good storylines, good angles. You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, who was the one that was responsible for the Claire Lynch storyline?
I think Bruce.
Bruce Prichard?
Thank God he got fired, let's be honest. Thank God he got fired.
Yeah, it had to be Bruce Prichard.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the same one who came up with the idea for Katie Vick.
I think that was actually Eric Bischoff, and that was actually Vince McMahon, to my understanding.
Oh wow, Vince! Don't ever become a writer.
Come on, you didn't laugh at the time period? Looking back at it now, like, wow.
I thought to myself, wow, this is just completely stupid. I was like, what's next? Are they going to have her say the hurricane killed Owen Hart?
The fucking shit, the part where you saw Triple H come in with the big red shirt, right? And you knew it Triple H based upon his body mass, right? His body shape. Yeah. And he goes into the casket and shit and close the fucking lid. But yeah, I mean, honestly, what they should do is, again, bring people that have a history with the wrestling business. An understanding of it. I would say Jim Cornette, but I don't think Jim Cornette would want to go back to TNA.
Well, Vince Russo's not there, so it might work.
Nah, cause I think the problem with Jim Cornette is, and this is from what I've been hearing from people, he's one of those guys that's still stuck in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you watch the Kevin Steen shoe interviews that I've been seeing and shit, even Kevin Steen said, like, oh yeah, like Jim Cornette all this time, he's always finding ways to fuck me over and shit. Because Jim Cornette never liked him, apparently.
And they were having like a rivalry, right?
What happened?
Like a little rivalry in ROH?
No, what happened was, remember that whole thing where Kevin Steen had to, like, you know, after he lost to El Generico at Final Battle 2010,
yeah,
he took time off, right?
Yeah.
6 months and shit. He took off. It would be a year, but he took off 6 months, right?
Uh-huh.
And it was Jim Cornette's idea.
Oh.
And apparently Kevin Steen said, what am I supposed to do? You know, don't blame Jim Cornette. No problem. Just a couple $1,000 you're going to miss. No big deal.
That's pretty fucked up.
And then when Kevin Steen came back, Jim Cornette told, hey, we're going to give you another 6 more months off. And that's when they had this whole thing with Steve Corino, the whole battle, you know what I mean? The rest is downhill from there.
Yeah.
That explains a lot now.
Yeah, it explains a lot why Jim Cornette is considered by some people an asshole.
Like, what did Kevin Steen ever do to Jim Cornette that bring the hate of that much?
No, it was the other way around. Remember, Jim Cornette was head booker of ROH. Remember that? Yeah, the matchmaker.
But no, I mean, like, that's what I mean. What did Kevin Steen do for Jim Cornette to be that pissed off at him to say, to do that kind of shit?
Nothing. Apparently nothing. But apparently, you know how Jim Cornette had a tendency of having a love for certain people, right?
Yeah.
Like, he saw money in El Generico. He saw money in Chris Hero. He saw money in Davey Richards. But he never saw dollar signs with Kevin Steen.
I think he was really good as the champion, so...
Yeah, he was great. He was champion for almost a year.
He held it for a long time.
That was awesome. The matches that he went up against, the guys just, you know, Davey Richards, Eddie Kingston, who else? Jay Lethal, Roderick Strong, who else? El Generico, Michael Elgin. The list goes on. People he has faced for that title. You know what I mean? He's actually in the top 4 of the longest reigning champions in ROH history.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tells you a lot, like, you know. But nonetheless, you know, again, you know, I think what he needs to do as well, start bringing in guys from the indie circuit. Guys that, men and women that we as fans can fuck with. You know what I mean? Do what the WWE's doing. Now, I'm not saying, you know, fucking open up a performance center, you know what I mean? Have the state of the art, you know, technology with green rooms and weightlifting equipment. No.
They don't have money for that.
Hell no, they don't have money for that shit. They have no money for that. What they should do, like I was saying though, is pretty much bring in guys that from the indie circuit. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I thought that's what they were doing with Gutcheck for a while.
No. But they were doing with the guy from OVW that no one really knew much about. That's pretty much what Gutcheck was. Gutcheck was a segment where they brought guys from OVW.
Yeah, from their developmental.
Yeah, it was like their version of NXT, pretty much.
Yeah, it is sad that's what happened because, I mean, look at some of these the people that won. They wound up getting released, and was it one of them never even fucking wrestled a match?
Yeah, what was his name?
One of them wasn't even on Impact.
Taylor Hendricks, she never wrestled a match.
Yeah, she did.
No, I mean after winning the Gutcheck.
Yeah, she did.
Didn't she face Mickie James?
Yeah, she had a great match with her. A great match. She showed a lot of good offense and good like near falls and shit.
Yeah, I don't remember that too many matches with her after she won. They really didn't use her.
They used her once and there too often, but it wasn't like, oh my god, we'll let her remember it, you know what I mean?
Like a rookie.
Yeah, she was like a, but again, like bringing guys like such as, Tanahashi or, the American Wolves if they need to, bringing guys such as Prince Devitt or Machine Gun Carl Anderson or even Johnny Gargano, bringing him. Bringing these guys.
Bringing people that other, wrestling fans will know.
Exactly, or even bring back Roderick Strong. You know what I mean?
Bring someone.
Or make a partnership with ROH again, some shit like that. Seriously, they need to do something for real. Because again, I'll be honest, I don't want to see TNA go out of business. I don't think all of us don't want to. I think all of us don't want to see that happening. Let's be honest here.
We want them to succeed, but that is
the right
not
decision.
As I was going to say, we want them to succeed, but right now, that's not a possibility. That is pretty much damn near impossible for them to succeed because they're fucking broke.
Yep.
Pretty soon, you're going to be seeing them eBay. You're going to be seeing them on YouTube. Ask for donations.
Yeah, donate, and we'll give you a free T-shirt.
No, you know what I find hilarious about this, right? Alright, you guys heard what happened, well, you heard what happened over the weekend, right?
I think so. I'm trying to...
But in Missouri, with the TNA Live event.
Oh, yeah, that was...
5 wrestlers couldn't get their license,
including their own champion.
Here's my thing, I did not know pro wrestling had to go through an athletic commission. I didn't know that since when?
But it's always been that way.
Yeah,
the only reason why Vince is able to get away with it because he doesn't say he does it as sports entertainment. That's how he markets it. So he doesn't have to go through the red tape with the athletic commission.
It's crazy. Damn, Vince, that's fucked up.
TNA's wrestling and WWE's entertainment. Sports entertainment.
Yeah. If you're still under that promotion as pro wrestling and not sports entertainment, then you still have to go through the athletics commission.
I was wondering that, like, wait a minute. The license, but yeah, back to what I'm saying, back then what happened, with the 5 wrestlers that gained their license, fixed up, including Chris Sabin. I would expect this mistake from a company that's been there for almost a year. That's a rookie mistake.
Yeah.
But a company been there for almost 11 years. That's a no-no. You had I believe the matches were, it was James Storm versus Devon, and Bully Ray came out, and they had a tag match and shit like that. It was James Storm and Gunner against Team 3D. They had James Storm and they had Bobby Roode versus I forgot who it was, but they had Jeff Hardy versus Kurt Angle in a match, and it had to be reused again.
They had Gunner versus Bully Ray, I think, and Devon.
No, it was Bully Ray versus Chris Sabin. No, I ain't what the hell was Chris Sabin.
No. I know it was Bully Ray versus Gunner or James Storm, and Devon.
It was a clusterfuck. Let's just say that.
Yeah, Devon was, and then they had a tag team match. They did double duty basically. They only had 5 matches.
Then they had Bobby Roode versus I don't know who, and then Jeff Hardy versus Kurt Angle.
Bobby Roode versus shit, I don't know. Yeah, Jeff Hardy and Angle. I don't think they were supposed to face each other, but.
But again, and it goes back to what I'm saying, If you're Dixie Carter, you should have taken these precautions a long time ago. If you know you're not going to longer be in the impact zone, if you know you're going to be on the road, these are precautions you should have taken.
And they didn't think about it.
And here's my thing as well. And I go back to what I was saying on the last video that me and myself and Knowledge of Wrestling did. All right, about Dixie Carter. I think she is a businesswoman. I felt like, and I still feel like till this day, anyone wants to, bash me for this or try to counter what I'm saying right now, feel free to find a way to counter it. But to me, I feel like she's not a passionate wrestling fan. I feel like she looked at pro wrestling based on the WWE as something easy to do as far as running a wrestling promotion. And I feel like, when she had Jeff Jarrett and Jerry Jarrett come to her so that Panda Energy can, give them money and sponsor them and all that, bam, she saw dollar signs. Easy money. Okay? And I'm assuming that she never thought in her wildest dreams that she would be going through these problems now as a quote-unquote president of TNA Impact Wrestling. I don't think she has the heart or the passion to run a company.
No,
and that is as honest as I can be.
I definitely have to agree with you on that one. I don't know how to put this.
And I remember there was a shoot interview. It was Paul Heyman, and I believe it was also Ariel Helwani from MMA Fighting. And apparently, this is a time where Paul Heyman was supposed to come into TNA. Okay? And Paul Heyman, what he wanted to do, which I would have agreed with him 100%, is push the youth. You know what I mean? Bring in more young stars. Have the focal point be on the young talent of TNA. And Paul Heyman, what he wanted to do was release or cut all the old talent. The guys who are over 40. And Dixie Carter did not want to do that. Mm-hmm. She's too nice of a person, and that is her weak. That is her main weakness. That she does not have the aggressive edge to be ruthless or aggressive. In other words, in order to be a successful wrestling promoter, you got to have the aura level and the attitude of a Vince McMahon.
Exactly.
To an extent.
Yeah.
And Dixie Carter does not have that. It's not that we don't hate the company. We as fans don't have faith in her as a president of a company. Yeah. That is what it comes down to. And to anyone out there that's hearing this right now, please feel free to counter what I'm saying.
Yes, please.
Counter what we're saying. Find a way to counter how much of a passionate wrestling fan she is. And by the way, if you watch that DVD TNA Year 1 where she says, "Oh, I've been a fan since this," that does not cut it.
No, it's just... I find it to be bullshit. I don't think that she has ever been a wrestling fan. She just looks at it as a quick buck, thinking she thought it was going to be an investment that was going to make her so much money.
And it did. It did to an extent.
But at the same time, it's just like, it would have made her a lot more money if she really was a fan and knew who to associate yourself with in the wrestling business that could draw the money. But she surrounded herself with the wrong people.
Yeah, because if you want to run a business, if someone who really wants to run a business, they run a business on something they're actually interested in, something they want to do, not something they see because of easy money. That's how it is in general. If you're gonna be a business person, you're gonna be an entrepreneur, run something you know you're good at or something you want to do. You can't just run something
because you see it on television.
Yeah.
You think, oh, it's easy work, you know. Do you have any idea how many people could have been business people or wrestling promoters if that was the case?
Shit, everyone would be rich.
The guy up the street could probably be a wrestling promoter based on watching this WWE. And think, oh, this is easy. I can get a good guy and a bad guy, put them together, and have to have one big match.
Doesn't work like that.
Does it work? No, it doesn't. You need promotion, you need production, you need all that.
Honestly, like, I'm a wrestling fan and all, and I would love to have my own wrestling promotion and whatnot, but I also know at the same time that I'm not qualified. I am more best suited to buy tickets to watch a wrestling event more than running a wrestling company.
Put it this way, Dixie Carter is she pretty much can kill a dream of being a promoter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She pretty much is someone that can kill that dream. If you want to be a promoter out there and you watch Dixie Carter, you might consider changing careers, pretty much.
Actually, she could be used as a learning tool of what not to do as a promoter.
Don't be a Dixie Carter. Oh my God! Don't. Oh, you just fucking Dixie Carter. Oh, you fuck. You just done a Dixie Carter. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's pretty much it right there.
Russell, don't be surprised, if you go to a Russell reunion and you see Dixie Carter in a booth and shit, or WrestleCon and shit.
And no one is lining up to get her autograph, much like when I went to a WrestleCon and I saw Virgil. Remember him?
Oh, I remember him, yeah.
Yeah, he was there and no one was lining up at all to get his autograph. He was just sitting there by his lonesome self.
You know what? Because he's a Virgil.
He was an asshole.
He's a Virgil.
He's a Virgil.
No, he was like when he got popular for a while and everything. Like when he was in WCW and he was part of that NWO deal as Vincent.
Vincent.
But yeah, when I went to go see, to the Halloween Havoc show. I was getting a lot of autographs. I tried to get his, but he was an asshole to me. And apparently he must have been an asshole to a lot of other fans over the past years, and because of that experience, no one wanted to line up to get his autograph. Like, you know what? You could have gave me your autograph a long time ago. Now you're doing this. Fuck you. You don't deserve my money, kind of thing.
You know who recently signed with TNA? Get this, guys. Trent Beretta.
Trent Beretta?
Yeah, he signed with TNA. He was part of that Ultimate. He was part of that Destination X, Ultimate X qualifier.
Yeah.
Here's another thing about that, okay? If you're gonna have a TNA Destination X, all right, free per-view, okay? We're gonna call it a free per-view, okay? When you think of Destination X, you think of Ultimate X, right?
Yeah.
How the fuck do you not have an Ultimate X at Destination X for the X Division title?
That was fucked up.
Because by having the X Division title match this Thursday, you pretty much lose credibility in that new belt. You pretty much say to your fan, this belt don't mean shit.
Oh, by changing it, that's what. That's
no. By having it to be defended the week after the pay-per-view of Destination X, which pretty much represents that title, you pretty much tell the fan that this belt don't mean shit to us. You know what that's like? What TNA just did right there, having an Ultimate X match the week after the TNA Destination X pay-per-view?
What?
That's like saying, all right, WrestleMania, you have, instead of the WWE title match or the world title match, you have number one contender matches, and the winners of each match face the champions at the Raw after Mania. That's what it's like.
That's TNA logic. We'll never know what they're thinking when they're planning these shows.
Exactly. Absolutely. I mean, again, and apparently I heard as well, Eric Bischoff is now head creative writer of TNA.
Yeah,
oh God, this ought to be good.
I can see it now. Oh yeah, Viagra on a pole match.
TNA's.
No, that was Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Triple Cage.
Oh shit.
Vince Russo.
Oh fuck. James Harvey. That's Eric Bischoff.
I'm trying to remember some of the things Eric Bischoff did. Well, he can't go on. He's definitely not going to try and compete with WWE again.
3-minute warning. 3 minutes.
Yep. Oh God, don't. I hope they don't do that again. I still think Eric Bischoff really just shot himself in the foot with that one.
Bring in Eugene. You want Nick? You want Eugene?
Oh hell no.
You want Nick Dinsmore? I'm a fan of the guy. I like the guy Eugene. I was a fan of his. Weren't you guys?
I liked the character because it was kind of like a Rain Man character. He was an idiot savant.
Yeah, it was alright. I like his theme song. Any copy moves, that was actually pretty cool.
You know they should re-sign again? The Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks.
Like
Generation B.
Trying to remember now.
They were a tag team in TNA. They competed with the Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh yeah. I think another tag team I wish would make a comeback. The Naturals.
Yes, bring back the Naturals. Bring back Pete Delta Slam.
America's Most Wanted, but that will never happen.
That'll never happen. No. Bring back the Diamonds in the Rough. Bring back Triple X. Yeah, there was actually a triple X tag team.
Yeah,
in Wrestling.
I remember that.
What was it? Christopher Daniels and
Low Key.
No. It wasn't the original two.
Oh, the original. It was the
Thanks,
other guy.
Felix Skipper.
Yeah, that
Skipper.
guy.
Felix Skipper. Yeah.
What was bring back Ink?
Oh yeah, bringing those guys.
Shannon Moore and
Yeah, they didn't really do
Jesse.
much with them.
Can't remember his name, but they were a pretty good tag team.
Yeah.
Bring back Raven. Bring back Serotonin.
Yeah.
What the hell's that noise?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
The TNA's tag division, I need some tag teams. I don't know.
Honestly, all they have right now is, if you think about it, the tag champs, Gunner and James Storm. You have the Bad Influence. I'm not gonna lie, that's a good tag team. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. Of course, it's going to be a good tag team.
Exactly. Even though they kind of imitate all these legends and shit, but it's funny though. It's funny. Siegfried and Roy, come on, you didn't laugh at that?
Yeah, it's a decent tag team.
When they imitated the Road Wars, like, that's fucked up.
That's all they have, really. And then Chavo Hernandez, but
Chavo Hernandez, yeah, you got that.
That's about it, really.
You pretty much have nobody.
They have no tag teams anymore.
They don't have a knockouts division anymore, legitimate knockouts division. All they have right now is who? Terrence Terrell won a counter as one. Gail Kidd, Mickey James. Who else? Brooke Tessmark. I don't even know if she's in the company still or not.
Like she is not on TV, I think. I haven't seen her in a long time.
They used to have so many talented women wrestlers as well.
Jack Moore, Karma, Awesome Kong, Raisha Saeed, Daphne, Roxy Laveau.
Yeah, I remember Jim Cornette was talking about that one too, where TNA was fucking up because they kept cutting people like Christopher Daniels and Roxy, who have no bad habits. Everyone gets along with them, and then bringing in people who do have the bad habits that no one gets along with, and hasn't had a good match in God knows how long.
I remember that. I remember that one. Yeah.
But I mean, especially Roxy, when they cut her, I just thought to myself, wow, this woman busted her head open for the company. She had her head shaved for the company, and that's the thanks you gave her.
I agree with that, 100%.
But once again, that's TNA for you. They fucked over a guy who broke his neck for that company.
Yep.
So died for that company.
Yeah, and they.
Santino.
Yep. So all this shit that's happening right now is more or less TNA's bad karma coming to get them. Because
they have like the curse of the Bambino, right?
Curse of the Bambino.
No, George, you heard of that, right? With the Boston Red Sox back in the day, the curse of the Bambino.
Red Sox. Yeah, something like that.
Where apparently, all right, Babe Ruth back in the day played for the Red Sox, right?
Yeah.
And the Red Sox traded him to the Yankees.
Yeah.
And since then, Babe Ruth won numerous World Series titles for the Yankees.
Yeah.
So that the Boston Red Sox were cursed for like over, I believe, like 50 years, or almost 70 years to an extent, even cursed.
Yeah.
And they won the World Series, and then they finally won one in 2004.
Yeah, it's the one where they were gonna lose, and
they were gonna lose
badly, and they caught
it. Get the idea. Like the curse of the Bambino for TNA, the curse of Cantino.
Yeah.
You know, again, I mean, we would wish TNA could finally come out, you know, get it together.
They're in too deep of a hole now to dig themselves out, though.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to just come back and become good again.
Let's get back now to some WWE talk now. Alright, so last night on Raw, we had a Diva segment where people will mostly remember this segment for, number one of the Eva Marie slapping Jerry Lawler, and Brie Bella's infamous nip slip. Let's be honest here. Brie Bella has some orangutan nipples.
I thought they were nice.
No. So just imagine putting her like in the full no seat and just licking them like.
Oh wow.
That's what I'm referring to.
To all our female listeners,
we apologize. We apologize to all our female listeners out there right now.
Yeah.
Apologize.
Sorry for Kill Steven.
We're not sexist.
This is what got
us kicked out of pod.
Oh, God.
Darn.
Yep.
I miss pod feed sometimes. Old days. But anywho, yeah, again, you know, let's be honest here, no one really cares about this Diva show.
Nope.
No one really cares about it.
No one cares about the Divas in general.
You know, and I remember on Twitter yesterday, Gilbert Blaze wrote a very good tweet. That was so fucking true. And I'm trying to find it right now. If you guys can bear with me here. But yeah, again.
As you're finding it, I'm going to go ahead and say something here. The Divas division it's not the same as it used to be. I remember back in the day, they had women wrestlers like Lita and Trish and Gail Kim. And what was it? There was Tori, Luna Vachon, and Jacqueline. Just to name a few. And now we're stuck with these Barbie dolls that can't wrestle worth shit. And
well, actually, one of them can wrestle. It's just that they're being put on some stupid segments.
Yeah, well, the Bella Twins could wrestle. When they first came out, they used to be very good wrestlers, but then WWE watered them down into what you see now.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, like Natalia is good. She's really good, and they put her in stupid programs with the Great Khali and Hornswoggle.
Hold up. Hey, here it is. This is what actually Gilbert Blaze posted on Twitter, right? This is so fucking true. And I quote, TNA is actually promoting women's wrestling with real quality matches with Gail and Taryn, and WWE promotes by having a corny reality show with the sad face at the end of it.
Oh, it's true. I mean, they really don't give a fuck about the Divas wrestling that much now that they have their reality show. You know, that's why
Exactly, yeah,
that's why they
exactly.
hired all these models, like Eva Marie or the JoJo, whoever the fuck those 2 girls are.
The problem is right now that the WWE doesn't give a fuck anymore about the women. They don't care about women.
They don't.
What they do is they go through lingerie ads and look for the models in those ads. Like, call her agent, try and get her to work here.
Exactly, yeah, and unfortunately, it's one of those things where half of these people that they bring in don't have no type of wrestling ability, no athletic ability.
You have to learn from scratch, from the developmental.
And you have to retrain them and teach them how to run the ropes, teach them how to work on the mic, teach them how to communicate with their opponent, teach them how to, apply certain maneuvers, and it's complicated shit if you have no type of athletic ability.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I had to spend 6 months in hell before I had my first match. I was had my face rubbed into mats. I was just being run through the mud, basically, being thrown around, learning how to speak, just everything you can think of.
Just can imagine, yeah.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass, but you know what? I'm thankful for that chance, that learning experience. It was a great learning experience for me, especially because I loved that business at the time. I loved wrestling and wanted to be a part of it.
I can feel that. But again, I mean, that's what the WWE needs to do. When you find these women's wrestlers and shit, you gotta find like women that at least know what they're doing. Not just some girl that can look good in the base. Don't get me wrong, granted, yes, that would be cool as well, but you gotta also find more of athletic ability.
Yeah.
Like girls such as, you go through Shimmer. Girls such as Roxy, girls such as, Mischief, girls such as, Scarlet Bordeaux, girls such as, Cherry Bomb and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just can't be finding these fucking little hoochie mamas, oh yeah, she look good in the G-string and bam,
Look at back when they started bringing back the women's wrestling division. The only 2 women wrestlers they had was Luna Vachon, an actual women's wrestler, and Sable, who was Mark Merrill's wife that Vince Russo and Vince McMahon had a crush on. I found it sad that Luna Vachon was never women's champion when she was one of the best women's wrestler, and all the hell that she went through to be in that business. Having to really go through a lot of pain, taking on people all over the world, in Japan, in Puerto Rico, and around the whole world, basically. Having surgeries, and then Sable is handed the woman's title on a silver platter. Doesn't have to learn to take any bumps, doesn't have to do anything.
And she married Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
And Brock gave her 3 kids, so there you go.
It's just like, the only reason why she came into the WWE because Mark Merrill was stupid enough to bring his wife along. He should have left her at home when he had the interview with Vince McMahon, so that
That was his wife? I did not know that. That was his wife. I did not know that.
Yeah, Mark Merrill and Sable were married at the time.
What an idiot.
And he brought his wife with him to the interview, and when she saw him, when they saw her, Vince Russo and Vince McMahon were just like in love with her, basically. They were obsessed with her. Jim Cornette was talking about it in the shoot interview. He said that after they left, all they kept talking about was Sable.
Oh, damn.
And then she used to be actually a nice person. And then when Vince started basically promoting her and all that, she just became a bitch.
I can imagine that too.
And that, remember that whole character where she would go, "This is for all the women who want to be me and all the men that come to see me." Act. That was her. That was genuinely her. After a while, that became her.
Damn, man. She met Brock. Damn.
But yeah, then she started pulling an Ultimate Warrior as well. And started holding Vince up for money.
No, she met Brock, and there went the pain.
So she's dating a young guy. Well, Brock's not young, but.
Yeah, but speaking of last night we had Daniel Bryan in the three-way gauntlet match. Let's be honest, that was probably the best segment of the night.
Yeah, the show.
You know, especially with Cesaro and Daniel Bryan. Here's my thing, right? And I said in my video, whenever you have two guys from ROH wrestling, right? Let them do their own thing.
Yeah.
Don't give them be themselves.
Let them be. Yeah. Don't give them a script. Don't give them no paper like, hey, this is what we want you to do. Don't do that, no. Because look what happens. Good things happen. People were chanting, this is awesome. You know, people were so excited about this. And again, WWE cannot take credit for this. They can't. All credit goes to ROH.
Yeah. That's where he started, and that's where most of the good matches are. Like
exactly.
Daniel Bryan.
Even last time was Seth Rollins and Daniel Bryan.
And CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, you know. All these Daniel Bryan matches he had with former ROH wrestlers are always good matches. And it's because they're former ROH wrestlers, and ROH used to be the best back then.
Yeah, it's not as good as it used to be, but it's still a good company.
It's decent, yeah. It's not like it was before, but, you know, it's not like they're dying or anything.
Yeah, at least they're not as bad as TNA.
Yeah, TNA's fucking up. TNA's about to be the third company. ROH's gonna come up.
I mean, do you see TNA being bought out by Vince McMahon 2 years from now, or a year by now, or whatever it may be?
Yeah, I honestly see Vince McMahon paying for TNA so TNA can pay all its wrestlers that they owe money to, and you know, like what happened with Paul Heyman when Vince McMahon bought that ECW, and Vince gave Paul Heyman to give the money so he could pay all his wrestlers that he owed money to.
I see that too. I really do.
Yeah, the only difference is back in the day, ECW was kind of like the OVW for WWE, because like a lot of the superstars that came to WWE that were from ECW were pretty big guys, like the Dudley Boys, Taz, Raven, Rob Van Dam,
Steve Corino. Yeah, he never went to WWE.
They were smart enough to say no to him. Yeah. He's a good wrestler, but he's kind of a company killer.
King of Old School. Shit. That guy would have gone to WWE? Shit. That guy would have been over.
Yeah, I don't think he would have killed WWE.
No, I think he would have killed him.
Yeah.
What I get this feeling, right? People have been telling me, oh, do you see Kevin Steen going to WWE? I see it happening, but remember that gimmick that they gave Shane Douglas in WWE?
The Dean Douglas.
I feel like they'll give him that gimmick.
I feel like they'll give him something stupid.
Yeah, they won't.
Something like that. The Dean, something like that. They'll give him some shit like that. They'll give him. Or Big Dick Johnson in B2.
Yeah, they won't know what to do with Kevin Steen. That's why I'll get, you know, it's good that if he gets signed by WWE, but you'll start to get worried seeing they'll probably fuck up his character. You know, like El Generico, I heard he's doing fine now.
Yeah, he is. He is doing fine. He had a match with Cesaro.
Yeah, I heard
it was considered match of the year.
Think about this with WWE though, on what they look for in wrestlers. They look for bodybuilders. They look for wrestlers in a certain kind of shape. El Generico, he's not a big guy. by no means. He's pretty skinny, but he's not fat. Kevin Steen is a husky guy. He's pretty heavy. He's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And Kevin Steen would not fit the WWE image that Vince McMahon loves to fondle himself.
Then they gave you guys like Mick Foley, you got guys such as, who else? Bam Bam Bigelow, you got guys such as, even Husky, even Bray Wyatt.
Well, there are some exceptions, yeah, but Kevin Steen doesn't have the look, though, that Vince McMahon is looking for. Like, with Bray Wyatt, he had a character in mind that fit the look.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon, I don't think he would find a character for Kevin Steen that would fit Kevin Steen's look.
Apparently, The Rock is like a huge fan of Kevin Steen. Apparently, The Rock admires his work.
Well, Kevin Steen is a good worker, definitely.
Yeah, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
A good heel. Good person to be in real life. Just saying. Yeah, I'm not just saying that because I'm a huge Kevin Steen fan. No, I'm not saying that.
You're just doing his job.
You're just saying that because you're a Kevin Steen fanboy.
You're a Mark.
Fat boy. Yeah, I mean, again, these are all guys do their own thing. And apparently now next we're gonna have Kane versus Daniel Bryan. I gotta see where they're going with this. They're having Daniel Bryan try to overcome these adversities. But do you guys see Daniel Bryan beating John Cena?
I see WWE fucking him over.
I think they're gonna do some fishy thing. I don't think neither man will win clean. I don't know what's gonna happen, honestly. I just can't see them completely screwing Daniel Bryan over like that, having Cena just win clean. I just can't see that, and I can't see Daniel Bryan just winning clean either. So I don't know what's gonna happen really.
Yeah. Do you guys consider the Shield, already become like a undercard shit now?
They're kind of stuck right now in there because they've already. I think they just got elevated too early.
Too
Too
fast.
So now the only people they have left is mid-carders. Like the Usos and Mark Henry.
Mark Henry just got downgraded hard body. What the fuck, yo?
Mark Henry's now teaming with the Usos. I swear the Usos
Keep our baby face again. Don't be surprised. You're gonna see him dancing real soon.
No. I hope if he's babyface, he stays the way he was on Raw.
That's what I do.
As long as they don't bring back sexual chocolate.
Yeah, that's true. And don't make him wear red.
That was one of the dumbest ideas they had, especially when it was him and Mae Young.
Get this, right? You know why Cassius Ohno being held back in NXT, aka Chris Hero? Why? They want him to lose weight.
What the fuck is wrong with him?
Oh, they want him to lose weight.
They want him to lose some poundage in his body.
He's not that fat.
He's not fat.
So I'm like, what the hell?
He has kind of a look. I don't know why they wouldn't make him. I like his
So do I.
Body physique.
Yo. He's super over. I can see him having a match with your candidate right away in the main roster.
Yeah, he has the body physique. Usually a lot of guys from ROH are skinny and stuff, but this guy.
Well, except Kevin Steen and Samoa Joe, but hey.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the recent guys, like Daniel Bryan, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, but yeah, Chris Hero, whatever, Cassius Ohno, he has a look, and I don't know why they want him to lose weight.
No idea. I have no idea either, but it's stupid though. Retarded.
That's Vince McMahon in the WWE for you.
Well, then again, Vince McMahon didn't believe in Daniel Bryan either, but now he has to. He's super over.
Yeah, here's the thing. Vince McMahon can't tell us as fans what we want.
He tries to.
Yeah, he tries. That's the problem with every WWE fan mark nowadays. You know what I mean? And I realize that. I don't know about you guys.
the ones that the fan marks are basically the ones that blindly follow along, no questions asked.
You know some of them who we talk about. You know who they are.
Yeah.
We know who they are, unfortunately, and we're not going to say their name, but they know who they are.
Yeah.
Mr. I got 10,000 subscribers. Like
someone that we love dearly, but we're not going to say her name. But yeah, we're.
You speak for yourself on that one, but yeah.
Yeah.
But all I have to say to that person, let your success speak for itself.
Yeah, Mr.
That's how
10,000.
you can really rub it in.
Mr. 10,000 sub playing with Hot Wheels, claiming that he had thick skin to become a successful YouTuber. Get the fuck out of here, kid.
That was the biggest load of bullshit I have ever heard in my life.
Here's the thing, right? I'm on the bus heading to work, and I see that Boston Fan 79, a very good friend of mine here. Go check him out, by the way, guys. He liked the video showing. I'm like, all right, what can this be? And I read the title, like vlog number something. Apparently now he's doing vlogs now, which is okay. And he's talking about how to become a successful YouTuber. You gotta have thick skin. And I'm like,
what the fuck?
Yeah, like, does that? You know what I mean?
Didn't he also try to compare himself to, like, the bus monitor lady?
Yeah, and Amanda Todd, like, dude.
See, that's where I found that to be just like, okay, now you're crossing the goddamn line because you don't know Amanda Todd. You don't know her situation. And right there, you need to shut the fuck up because you shouldn't even mention Amanda Todd and trying to say that you're stronger than her. You don't know her. You don't know what she went through. So, fuck you, Sean.
Stupid kid, afraid to leave, stupid. Sweet child of mine. But anywho, this pretty much will wrap up this Team Hill Gutcheck podcast for this week. When we talked about TNA, it's a lot of random stuff then and there, but then again, that's how we are. We are random. At best. Take it or leave it. Anywho, as always, I'm Heel Steve. You can follow me on Twitter at Heel Steve and subscribe to my channel where you are listening to this nice, humble little podcast from right now as we speak. YouTube.com/capital letters Heel Steve.
I'm Unigamer. You could follow me on Twitter at the Unigamer661, like me on Facebook at Jeff Animation, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Unigamer661. Be sure and check out my Let's Read of Trisha Paytas, The History of My Insanity.
Do you mind giving us some of those right there, like what's going on with that story right now? What's going on, like, you know?
I'm actually finished I finished reading chapter 6.
How many you go?
Oh my god, let's see here. Thankfully, I only have 6 more chapters to go.
Oh my god.
I'm halfway there!
After that, you're burning the book.
I might go insane after it. I just got a bad feeling about how this book is going to end. I really do.
I think what you should do is take a dump on the book, wipe it with pages and shit, and flush it in the toilet and burn it at the same time.
I'm most likely going to burn it and roast marshmallows over it and make s'mores.
Wow.
And send the video to Trish. Like, hey Trish,
this is what I think of your goddamn book.
Exactly.
Tasty.
And I'm surprised that she has not caught wind of that Let's Read. She would really hate Let's Read Part 5. When me and my good friend Iconic are trashing her in that one.
What? She actually replied to you? She actually replied?
No, I'm surprised that she hasn't seen these yet. If she had seen them, she would really hate Part 5 of me reading Chapter 5.
I think she watches every video people make on her. I just think she just lets it, she brushes off her shoulder, which is smart.
Yeah, which is what you should do. That's what a person with thick skin actually does. Is just brush it off and ignore it. It's like, whatever.
Exactly. So to a guy out there who has 10,000 with some change subs and plays with Hot Wheels, learn from Trish. Then again,
wow, I can't believe you actually said that.
learn from Trish in a way. And again, I kind of would be scared of putting. Imagine just putting them two in a room, lock the door, and put a Rubik's cube in the middle of the room. What do you think they would do?
Oh God!
Kill themselves.
Exactly.
One would try to outdo the other to get the most attention.
Yeah.
They,
Knowledge of wrestling, take it away.
yeah.
Alright. You can follow me on Twitter at Walter. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Knowledge of Wrestling, and that's about it.
And we'll see you guys next Tuesday with more developing news, if they happen with TNA, or hopefully with the WWE. And yeah, and that will be pretty much it. We're out like Janet Cities. Peace!
Peace.
Later.